I've been thinking about fundamentalism, or at least what I think of as being a fundamentalist. Somebody who believes that certain things are a certain way and that reality works a certain way, and that's it. And people have to preserve that. And a lot of people fight and struggle to preserve what it is they think reality is. And they will fight against any ideal that contradicts their thing. But see, the problem is when reality becomes the enemy of your ideal, I think it's time for you to start rethinking your ideals. Maybe your ideals are wrong. But I think for some people, instead of saying, maybe my ideals are wrong, they sort of think the other way around. They think, well, maybe reality is wrong. Maybe reality is a delusion. Maybe reality is, the devil trying to, trick me into believing that, what I'm actually taking in through our senses and what I'm measuring, everything is wrong. There becomes a skepticism about what you actually observe. You become skeptical of your own observations. Or you have to reinterpret things. And you have to make reality fit in such a way that your ideal is preserved. This becomes a thing, I realize, it's beyond religion. Because I know this in situations in my own life, where people had certain ideals about me, or about my race, or about a whole bunch of other things, that they had to preserve those ideals. That became the central theme of their life. Preserving what they believed about something. People like that cannot really go out and explore in a real sense. Because if you explore the world, if you're like a scientist and you're exploring, you might encounter something that changes what you believe. That's the way it is in science. We may study the sun and the moon. We may discover things about the sun and the moon that changes everything we previously thought about it. And in science, that's really okay. If our previous ideals change, then they change. That's the way science works. But when you are in this sort of thing where your ideals must remain the same, they have to stay the same. They cannot change. What it is you believe has to stay the same. Then that becomes an issue, because reality is a potential threat. Discovery is a potential threat. And you have to put up walls and defenses against reality. You have to defend yourself from reality, because reality could change you. It could change your thinking. It could change your beliefs. And if your beliefs change and your thinking change, you feel personally as if you have been destroyed. Because you become what you believe. Your beliefs are you. And if they change, you're dead, so to speak. Maybe not physically, but in some other way. And I feel like people do that. They defend their beliefs that way. The way I look at things when it comes to my beliefs is my beliefs are flexible. If I discover something new, then I'll change what I believe. I'll say, well, okay, I used to believe this, and there are lots of things. I can go back over many years, look back at things, and think of things I used to believe. And then as I've had more experience, I begin to discover that some of the things I believed actually change. So my goal never will become to preserve what it is I believe. My goal is to discover what the truth is. What the truth is, I don't think you can ever come to a single conclusion or a conclusion. There is no conclusion. But there is constant discovery. Always. And that's all I wanted to say.